Is it called Fronx or is it called Fronx? I'm not really sure, but what we can agree on is that the Fronx is probably the worst named car in recent history. But don't be like me and judge this book by its name alone. No, no, no. The Suzuki Fronx has a lot going for it. Number one is these lights over here. You've got LED lights and daytime running lights, which is standard across the range. Next would be the coupé-like looks and the styling. It is a very good-looking car. Then there's the pricing, starting at around 280,000 and going up to 335 for the top spec GLX model. You've got a car that is exceptionally competitive, especially when compared to cars like the Hyundai Venue and the Renault Kiger. It falls below where all the Chinese models are playing, so it finds itself in that sweet spot where many South Africans spend that hard-earned randelas. Then at the back, you've got this cool light bar and you've got these skid plates over here. And of course, the coupe-like styling, which if you're looking for a coupe-like SUV, you usually got to pay quite a bit more. So in a review like this, I like to get a little bit nitpicky and find out what in an otherwise very good car is not to my liking. So number one is the steering is not reach adjustable, doesn't matter how hard I pull, which means that the seating position, although good, is a bit difficult to get to sometimes. I would have loved the steering to come a little bit closer to me. Also on this GL model, you don't get height adjustable seating, which would be nice as well. But again, it's a 300,000 Rand car, so yeah, I'm kind of being a little bit fussy, aren't I? Backseat passengers, though, do have something to look forward to, and that is their own little fan at the back here for both sides. And then you've also got two types of USB ports over here, the expensive one and the regular one that nobody cares about. What I don't like, though, is this giant headrest, which it's a bit difficult to see past. You don't get an armrest over here, but I'm not too fussy about that. And because of the sloped roof, anybody over about 5'8", 5'9", might not find this the most comfortable. But for small families that want the more chic option, you're probably gonna have younger kids anyway. So yeah, the back seat is pretty nice. Lots of footroom though, lots of need. Just realized it's got auto hold. And I'm going on record saying that I love the way the Starlet and the Baleno drive and the way they feel. And this is basically a Baleno on stilts. It's got 170mm ground clearance, which means that you can drive over big rocks and things. And it comes with the same 16-inch wheels you'll see on the Baleno. But this one has a higher profile to aid with ground clearance, and you also get a full-size matching spare wheel, which is a big deal because this journo got stuck the other day with some spare wheel issues. With such a cheeky car, you want to personalize those colors. And you get 6 color options with this car and 3 two-tone color options as well. But on a gloomy day like today, yeah, all these cars look great. All of the range come with a 4.2-inch LCD screen on the dash over here, and that screen gives you all sorts of useful information like fuel consumption, etc. But it also gives you not so useful information like telemetry and G-forces. What is cool though is the screen over here. On the GL model, you get a 7-inch screen like this one over here, and on the GLX, which I drove earlier on, you get the 9-inch screen. Now the difference with the cameras is that this one has a rear-facing camera and the GLX has a 360 camera, which Suzuki have been quite known for recently. When you're buying a coupe SUV, you usually got to pay that little bit extra. Think T-Roc from VW. This falls into the sweet spot where you pay the same as a Suzuki Bretza, before at least. And now you get this cool looking new coupé car. I think some feathers are going to get ruffled by this one. Fronx soul brother. What the Fronx? And many, many more puns such as that. That's what my colleagues Calvin and David and the like have come up with, and expect a lot more of that in the upcoming marketing material for this car. But does that mean that it's not good? No, not at all. It's an SUV with coupe-like styling, and for the price, there's not much else like it that you can get. It might not have all the space in the world, but it has a whole bunch of other things going for it. I'm gonna get out the rain and drive the Fronx back home to Cape Town, and maybe you should consider giving the Fronx a bit more of a chance like I did and give it a test drive. Cheers.
Welcome back to Ignition GT. The jury is still out on the name, but whether you think it's cool or not so much, there's no denying that the Suzuki Fronx represents a tantalizing value proposition in the entry-level crossover segment. So, should it be on your shopping list?
If you're buying this segment, I believe yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we can discuss a lot of things around it, but if you do a direct comparison, and often people in this segment, yes, there is some brand loyalty, but it's price-sensitive segment.
Yeah.
People will go, okay, what else can I buy? What can I buy for 250,000 Rand, for argument's sake? And that's what a lot of people do, and I think if that's where you are at and you need a good car for the money, then yes.
We did a little exercise speaking about that the other day, and the GL, not the GLX, comes in at the same price as a Polo Vivo. How is that, eh? And I mean, Polo Vivo was always like the halo entry-level South African car, and now you can get yourself a quality Suzuki crossover for the same money. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Or are we the crazy ones? Pussy, what do you think?
Look, admittedly, I didn't want to like it. Then I got inside and realized usable space, good quality, refined engine with good fuel consumption. And I was like, what's not to like?
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, what I find quite interesting about it is that there's nothing about it that feels cheap. It still looks quite premium, and there's a bit of zhuzh to it, and I think people are going to like that.
I think so too, because the trend has often been when there's an entry-level model, you sometimes even have hubcaps on the car, doesn't necessarily have alloy wheels.
True.
And if you look at the GL versus the GLX lineup, for me, I actually prefer the wheels on the GL.
Okay.
It's got the darker look wheels. I know the GLX's wheels are technically more expensive. It's got a diamond cut look to it and all the rest of that. But the wheels on the GL look better for me. I love them. I think they look great. The car has a lot of standard spec in it. It's got proven reliability from that Suzuki engine, gearbox combinations, whether it's manual or 4-speed automatic. So yeah, there's a lot going on at this so-called entry-level car.
Very true.
And I think the pricing as well is crucial. Let's face the facts, the economy is in doldrums. And what I love about the Fronx is that you don't have to look like your problems. You're traveling.
That's a very fair point.
A lot of people do not want to look like
yes.
It sort of brightens up your existence, things are bad, but I still have style.
Yes.
It's got those great looking lights, the rear lights as well. Interior is great, high quality, yes, plastics, sure, but there's nothing about it that feels cheap. And with those coupe type lines, it looks stylish.
It does.
So why not? You're not going to look like your problems.
Yeah. So is it safe to say that this is arguably probably the best car to recommend within this segment?
It comes close. If you look at segment competitors, and I don't want to single any out, but viewers can go and have a look and see what else is available in this price range. It is a very compelling offer.
It's okay to say Renault Kaiga. Very okay.
So is that a yes from your side, Pussy?
It's an absolute yes.
Okay. Interesting.